Welcome to UpStart Live. I'm Mansa. I'm your host for the evening. I'm part of the marketing team at PayU, and we do events like today's UpStart, where we bring in subject matter experts like Mitesh here to talk about various topics of entrepreneurship. So today's topic is finding that entrepreneurial spark, where we want to talk to you about a founder's journey from when he thought of the idea to the current situation that they have at their startup. So Mitesh Gangar, he's the founder director at PlayerzPot, and his company is one of the merchants at PayU, and we wanted to celebrate a PayU merchant by bringing them and having them talk to other entrepreneurs about their life, their journey, and how Mitesh, as an entrepreneur, has been uh, going through the challenges, going through his success throughout his entrepreneurial journey. So, Mitesh, not wasting too much time, over to you. Please tell us a little bit about PlayerSpot. How did you come up with an idea like this, right? Like, what was that spark that made you an entrepreneur? So obviously you were working before that. So what just happened? What was your journey into becoming an entrepreneur?
Thanks, Mansa. Thank you for the wonderful introduction, and hope this session helps uh, many more people to bring on their entrepreneurial skills forward. So, speaking about myself, the spark was absolutely there from a very young age. When I was in college, and this entrepreneurial thing was going on. So it was always in there in my body that I want to be something which I can solve some certain problems. So the first thing what the entrepreneurial things come is entrepreneurial thing comes is you need to find certain problem in your daily life where like you can solve the problem. Like a simple just opening a business will not work, and like you need to come up with certain solutions which always is useful for a larger public or a certain target audience, where like you are solving problems. Either it is digital, it is live in world, it could be anything. But if you are solving certain problem, then like the intention of working towards it becomes much more stronger. The zeal towards working becomes much more stronger, and like uh, always, like if you have passion towards working, towards achieving certain goals, towards like making your product much more efficient to use, much more like used by larger audience, and like solving problems, the love for work, what you will be doing or your team will be doing, will be at another level. Like not it will not be a usual work, but it will be a different work that you are working towards solving certain problems, solving certain things, and bringing out a change in the society at large. So yes, so this, if you work towards this mindset, then certainly your entrepreneurial skill, your entrepreneurial journey, which will be much more meaningful and much more uh, directed towards a goal. So yes, this is a spark what I had in me, and probably like I'm doing the same right now also, and solving certain things in the fantasy gaming industry, in the real money gaming sectors, and of course helping users to create much more better experiences, always working towards new technology so that like users are apt with the new upcoming trends in the market, and new features that can be used by them. So yes, so this was a spark, and like currently like still like working on it, and like we are not stopped the spark in me, and of course like much more to go ahead.
Thank you for that, Mitesh. I think you started this off on a very good note. So, just again, that spark while we spoke about what was your journey to becoming an entrepreneur, right? How did this come about, and how did you start PlayerSpot? So, I have just combined my two questions because I feel like they make a lot of sense together. So I'm just like wanting to know about your journey and how did you come up to start PlayerzPot?
So the journey started actually very early in my uh, career. I said like when I was doing engineering, I was actually not good in the academics, but the programming part was there in me. Like I could program the code properly, and technically I was strong, but academically like I was not scoring good. So because of that, like maybe for a good or no, but I was not placed via campus placements, and I was not the part of the bigger MNCs or the bigger tech companies. So I started searching for the job where I could learn something, and not only the certain technology, but the process learning the processes was much more on the priority list for me. So while searching the companies, searching for the job, I came across a very small company. Uh, it was also a startup in the tech area, where they were solving, where they were doing the projects, outsourced projects from US and UK. So I joined that company with to so the only intention was to learn, and the salary was not much, but that didn't hurt me, like that I am not earning much. But yes, I was back of the mind, I was somewhere building up that although I'm not earning today the much, but the learnings what I am getting right now, which help me in my life, and like that will help me to match up the loss what I am making today. So yes, I joined that I got an opportunity to work over there. I joined that company, and it was very small. Like I was a fourth employee over there, and so being a part of the small company, what made me strong in my confidence was each and every process, like right from onboarding the client to the company, executing their uh, plans, coding all the particular requirements, be it a website, be it a app, selling them much more larger things, what the only requirement, and finally the execution part. So so this was a takeaway for me, that even when I was working at a small organization, still I got to like learn all the processes which I feel that in a larger organization I would have missed it. So this got me enough confidence. Like I work almost for 4 years over there, and in 4 years like we completed almost 7 to 8 a big size projects, where only like a team of 4 or 5 was there for all the parts of the project life cycle. So this got me enough confidence in me, yes, now I am able to handle myself in all parts of the software development, and I can if I want to start something now, I would do it in a much better way. So and meanwhile, I got in touch with Yogesh, who is my colleague and the another founder of the PlayerzPot, and the the bonding between us made us so strong that he was the ideator and I was the executor, and that became a good team for us. And he pitched me the project, and I said yes, I'm very strong at tech, and I'm very confident that I would be able to pull it up. So yes, he created all the uh, he did all the R&D part, what are the current industry features available, what where the people are lagging. He himself being a hardcore gamer, he knew the pain points what the at that time the industry was facing. So based on that, he came up with to me see Mitesh, like this is the things, and I need to develop such thing, and if you can like become the part of it, uh, it will be much better for us. So it's like immediately, like I also, like without taking up the time, I said yes, of course. I also like felt something that in the sports industry, in the gaming industry, like I was also very closely passionate about it. I immediately got on board with him, and like we were the two team members from the start, and we had all the things to start. Not only the project itself, but the building up the correct team, building up the larger audience where we could send our app and like test ourselves. So gathering all this was a initial pain points for us, and yes, the journey was not good, but I would say a roller coaster where we enjoyed each and every part, whether it were a downside or it is a upside, and yes, like yeah, we have successfully drove that roller coaster to a good height right now, and yeah, the journey was very like good for us.
That's nice to know, Mitesh, your story with Yogesh and how it came about to be. So, just wanted to ask you, how has your experience been so far, right? Obviously, you said it was a roller coaster. You have, as much as you have faced your downs, you have faced ups as well, and that has helped you just want to continue. But what has your experience been so far? How has it been? And what are the important factors that you look for from a business perspective? What are the key factors that you check, you have a checklist on from the point of view of your business?
Sure. So right from day start, we were always looking around was a product and the market fit. What we are building and how much is the requirement for those product. If the market fit is not good, your product will not do. If you are ahead of your time or you are behind the time, it will not work. So always, what is the current requirement and like how you would be exploring those market was always on the top of the mind. So like we designed the product in such a way that it will definitely fit the market, and based and initial level you don't have any enough data to like rely on. So the most important part was following on your guts. So if you feel like yes it would work in the market, go ahead, test it with the a close circle, then test it with a little larger circle and then go into the market. And so they're like this will not create a immediate downfall for you. Testing is a good thing in a like in a closed circle and in a little larger circle, so that like when you whenever you go to market with the live market, so this will not create a great downfall for you. And even if it happens, like you should be backup, you should be ready with the certain backups where you can like roll out new changes as fast as possible, so that like the even if you're following it, like you can stop it in between, and like you're not falling on the ground immediately. So the backups are always important. So like if you have plan A for a certain product, be ready for the plan B also and plan C also. So whenever you go to the market, if the plan A is not working, plan B and C are in line, so that you immediately revise yourself the whole the procedure. And certainly like you can find out certain ways, and like uh, impromptu you can like revise the things, and like you can stop yourself from following it. So this is the very first point. What I would suggest is like the product market fit is the main thing. Second is that when you launch yourself, customer experience, customer feedback are the only two things what you need to work on for the initial few days. Uh, Not only initial few days, but initial few days it will help you a lot to revise yourself. In the longer run also, customer experience is the only key thing what you need to work on. Customer feedbacks are always a good thing where you can pivot yourself as per the trends which are going on the market. So we from the day one, like as I said, there were few gaps in the industry, and what the first important gap what we found was there was no like with other competitors in the same industry, we didn't find anyone resolving complaints of the customer. So from the day one, we started with a 24 hours helpline center where like user can directly call to us and like explain their difficulties in the product. So from the day one, like we got to know the nerves of the customer, and like from the day one we started with that customer help center. And today also, like we are running a customer help center like 24/7, and like this is helping us a lot. Like we are getting a new trends from them. We are getting the what area we are lacking it, and we are taking it positively, and we are working on it day and night. Like we have a separate team who just keeps a check on the customer queries what we are receiving. So this is a larger part of us. Like I would say, like on our success, I would put was a customer loop where we are fixing those issues in the real time or in a like a close time frame, and customers are also enjoying it, and they feel part of your product. They feel yes, somebody is listening it and somebody is working on it. So this was the thing. Another thing what was ease of operations in the life cycle. If you bring ease in the operations, so there will be less headache on your head. Being an entrepreneur, there are like lots of things you need to take care of. So how easy you make the operations and how easy you make your teams self-reliant, uh, it will help you a lot in focusing on the major areas rather than in the day-to-day life activities. So, and of course, like whenever you are going out in the market, one thing you need to take care is the scalability, how much your product is scalable. So if you go to market like and like within few months you become a hit, but your scalability plan is not with you, the immediate success what you have got might not continue. The scalability, the how soon you can scale, even like if you're tech operated, like how soon you can scale from like 1 lakh users to 10 lakh users, 10 lakh users to like 1 crore users, how soon it can be scaled. The plan should be ready with you, and like in what minimum time it should be there. If you are in a operations business, like if you are getting to like a few thousands of customers right now, how soon you can scale, how soon you can scale to certain, like if you're working in a one city, how soon you can scale it to the other cities. Like the success what you are getting is like you should like help to grow forward. Like success you have already got it, like but make use of that success and like grow it. The larger you grow in that period of time will help you much better. Yeah, so that these are the few points which like needs to be maintained, keep in mind while doing the business, while doing the startup. And these are the few points, if we keep in mind, the journey would become much more easier. Yeah, this is the experience what I have got, and like my learnings from my experiences. And we were as I mentioned, like from day one, like scalability was with us since we were from the tech background. Like so tech was our side, and like we had not outsourced it. So scalability, we had this in mind, like whenever we grow, like we need to add this things, and like then we will be much more scalable. Operation wise, from the day one, we had different teams, and the team bonding and the team culture is very much important, so that like once a problem is given to the team, they should not come up again and again to me, uh, so that like they can fix the things at their own end. Even only like a certain very big issues come up, then only like they should reach out to me. So from the very early stage, like you need to start following this culture. One big thing, like what the entrepreneurial things are, like do not keep everything to yourselves. Start giving responsibilities to your team. Find out the correct team. So like the first thing is finding out the correct team, forming a correct team, and give your responsibilities to each and everyone. Do not take all the responsibilities with you. Of course, like overview will be always with you, but you will not be the like exactly, like you will always feel that the way I was doing, the xyz person is not doing. But if you will not pass it on, you'll always be doing, and you'll always be busy with those certain things, and for the scalability part or for the growth part, you'll not be available for the company.
So, in other words, you said that you would rather delegate to the right team after choosing
Correct.
the right team, rather
Yes.
than just sort of trying to do everything, because then you're only looking at the smaller things and not able to look at the bigger picture of
Bigger picture.
scalability, of success, of revenues at
Correct.
the end, right? Because that is what the ultimate goal is. Okay,
Yes.
understood. That was very nice. So now, when we are talking about all the things that we have done, right? What are the challenges that you faced? And obviously, everybody has their own set of challenges. And how is it that you overcame them? Because there must be some strategy that you put in, some sort of thoughts that you put in. How did you do that?
So the major challenge what we faced was our industry was very new, and our industry, like fantasy industry, more or less, it resembled that whenever we pitch it to someone, like anyone, be it a vendor, be it a customer or anyone, like one major part it came that uh, this is a betting. So like the major challenge what we face for our product was like to make them understand like it's not a betting, it's a game of skills and completely like it's legal in India. And so these were the things like to make them understand. Like I'll just give a simple example. Like we incorporated our company and like we went to open a bank account. So like while opening up the bank account, they came up with the thing that what you're doing, and like we have mentioned this, like we are having this type of business. So immediately our application got rejected, and like when we investigated, like we came to know like they termed it as a betting company. So like so this was a major challenge because opening without opening up the bank account, you cannot run a business. You cannot start even a business. So like our approach was like yes, make them understand in spite of like uh, getting it to onto us and like not going forward. We took up the challenge. We both went to the bank managers, we went to their upper team, we went to everyone, and like we made them understand. We used to give them presentations like this is not a betting and this is something which is like very in future, like it will be a very big thing. Right now like it's not there, but in future it will be a big thing. And so like everyone was not on our side. Like even after explaining them, like they are with the traditional mindset, like no, like whatever you are saying is correct, but like we still don't feel it. So trying and trying and trying is the only part. Like you just go behind a person and like only then like it will things the things will happen. So like it's the same way like for getting up the payment gateway, we were rejected by almost all the payment gateways. And then before PayU, like Citrus was a payment gateway where we got our first payment gateway. Like we went to the team, we find out contacts with them. We pass on our synergies. Like what we are doing is not the illegal thing, but it is a legal thing. We have our court rulings, we have our legal standpoint of view and everything. The Citrus was the one who believed in us, and like he gave us like yes, okay, like we are ready to give you the payment gateway and you can start. So trying and trying, like these were the very difficult parts in like from 2015 to 17 what we have faced. Like before the live before the project goes live, these are the basic things what we need to set up for the project: a payment gateway, a bank account, uh, asking for other marketing vendors to like tie up and do a project for us. So these are the few things like where we were challenging ourselves to position ourselves in a better position, that this is a proper thing and like we are not doing any wrong thing, any out of the way things. But yes, successfully, because like as I mentioned, going behind them, and I believe in my product, I want to get it out, just go behind them and like make it like things work for you. And and we sometimes think like even like if we had got stopped at that particular point of time, when everyone was saying no, then like what a blunder we had made with our life. But we didn't stop, and right now like it is one of the bigger industry in the gaming ecosystem. And like now the every payment gateway or every bank is like behind us, like please get it on board with us. So like the things has changed in like a duration of 5 to 7 years. And like it ups and down, like when initially when no one was allowing us to enter into a door, that people are now welcoming us, like please join us and like partner with us. So these are the few things like uh, the challenges what we are facing. Finding the right team again is a good challenge. You need to find, like, go out, network yourselves, bring on the good people on your board, uh, delegate your jobs to them, trust them with their jobs. So and finding a right team is again like a finding a team with the right mindset of working and believing in the product. So like you'll not find everyone with who will be believing in the product. So like if they are not believing in the product, like there's no point working with them. So the core group should always be, yeah, everyone in the company should always be like who can believe in the product and who can like uh yes, say that this is a product I'm working on, and like I love working to in this company or in this product. So like you need to make a good atmosphere over there, like so that like the working becomes easy and like you get things done. Yeah, so that like these are the challenges like we were facing. Again, like one of the challenge I've currently faced, like I've faced at my time was which I'm right now saying it to you as a learning, was letting off the things. And since I was a tech person, like it took me like almost like 6 to 7 months to like let off the things from my hand and to give it to uh, my subsequent who can take care of. And right now he's taking care of very well, but like it was my fear that I was not letting off my things to him. And when I let off the things, I passed on my responsibility, my tech responsibility to him. Then I understood that there are many major the finances which need to be take care, there are accounts which need to be take care, there's a legal aspects which need to be take care, there is a HR part which needs to be take care. So once I did with the letting of my tech responsibilities, I wore these different hats, and now setting up these different departments in my company. So right now, like not being, I'm being from tech background, but right now what I'm working is on finances. I'm working with the legal. I'm working with HR. So these are the works which I'm doing. So like switching with the different role, different hats is a challenge, and how adaptively you bring it to onto you will be a pointer in your successful journey for self and for the company also. Because like on day one, like, you'll not have all the departments at with you, but being a founder, you need to, or being an entrepreneur, you need to be aware of all these departments also, so that like you overview them and you can like guide the people, like what you want with the company and what you want with your growth trajectory. So yeah, these are the challenges, like and one more important thing, like always be ready for any unwanted challenges. Always be ready for that. Like the morning you wake up, you will always get surprised with like either some team or some area or somewhere or the other. Be ready with that. Just accept the challenge, go to the root cause, find it, sit with the correct person, close the issue, work on the issue, close the issue, and go to bed. And again, tomorrow, the next day morning, you wake up with the new challenge.
So it's literally like you don't know what to expect in the morning. It can go
Yeah,
both ways. It can be a very good day. It can not be the, not, it can be a very bad day also. But then
yes,
once you solve, if it's a good day, it's a good day. If it's a bad day, you'll work around solving the whole thing. And next day, again, you don't know if it's a good or a bad day, right? It's the same repeat that you
correct.
have as an entrepreneur. Yes.
So the following a process is idea behind it, that to solve the things. Like go with the process and not go abruptly with any of the things. follow the process. So like you will be like not stuck with anything. If you know the process, like yes, okay, like okay, issues are there, I need to go to that person, I need to go to that team, sit with them, discuss those issues, bring out the solution with them, and yes, it's done. So yeah,
Understood.
the process oriented approach is always
Approach is very important.
very important.
Yes. So, what about PlayerzPot, right? Like, what is the current plan that you have for it, and what is your future? Like, what is your growth plan? Where are you headed? How do you want to see PlayerzPot in a few years from now?
So currently, like if I speak about the player spot, so like we started in 2015. Uh, uh, we started building in 2015, but it took us little longer since like we were not financially supported. So like it took us little longer. Like we launched in 2017, the our main website and the app which came up. It was in 2017. So like from there, like we started with only cricket fantasy. From there, like every 3 4 months we were going on adding new sports, and so currently like we have 9 sports with us in the fantasy. One of the challenge what we faced was in pandemic, since fantasy is related to real sporting event which needs to be happened at a ground. In the pandemic there was no sports all over the globe. There was no sports like for like almost like 3 to 4 months there was no sport. So like we again like we thought like what would we be doing with like 3 4 months without revenue, we can't survive. What need to be done? So immediately we sat up with the team and like we pivoted ourselves, and like we bought into our the plans which we were actually planned for 2020 to 23. We uh, brought it in 2020, so that like the revenue gap should not be decreased, and like it should not become a company to run itself. It should not be become difficult for the company to run itself. So like our plan was for bringing in the casual games, card games. We preponed those plans, and in 2020, like we started working on it, and like I would say like work from home was again a new concept for us, but everyone in the organization helped us, and like they supported in working from home, working for long hours, even in the like pandemic period. And like within 45 days we came up with the quiz module onto our app, so that like users are being engaged. There is no fantasy sports available, but we bought a quiz app in like within the span of 45 days. We bought casual games like ludo, chess, carom, other casual games onto our application. It took us like almost like 20 days more, like within 2 months like we were ready with those applications on our app itself. So now the things were like okay, 1 month was slow, with no revenue, with absolute zero revenue. We pivoted ourselves. We came up with the casual games. We came up with the quiz. We came up with the different types of games which can engage the users, which we have already brought onto our app. If for like 2 3 months, like if we do not engage the user, the already the users who were playing, to bring them back would be a much more difficult task for us. So we brought these certain kind of games onto our platform, and we pivoted ourselves. So like, but currently like I would say not pivot, but I would say prepone our plan, and like we took the opportunity in the pandemic period, and in spite of going zero revenue, we work hard at in those times, and like we got onto those casual gaming part and the card games part. So currently like we are a super game of like super app game for fantasy with 9 sports, casual games with like 15 board games, arcade games, and different types of games, and 3 card games which are rummy, poker, and call break. So currently, like we are a super app of all the small sections which are currently like on PlayerSpot. You will be able to find Ludo on PlayerSpot. You'll be able to find Carom, chess, whatever users' interests are. You will be finding it everything on a one single application. So we have become the super app. Like we pivoted ourselves, and like uh, we got this opportunity in the pandemic. And like in the pandemic again, like there was no scope of entertainment, and like we were one of the entertainment part in everyone's life for the PlayerzPot users. So people used to get engaged in those times. And like uh, since there was no activity available for everyone, so those were the parts. Like so the currently, like we are standing at a very, very good portfolio of the games. And the growth plan is, of course, like the technology is moving very fast. There is a metaverse coming in, there is a NFTs coming in. So our research and development team has already started working on those lines. And we are into I can't reveal it right now, but we are into process of developing certain games which will help you to get on board with the new technologies, where in the metaverse you can like visit a certain place, and like you can play games with your friends. So these are the things what we are working on right now. Being a tech company, always like you need to be on verge of the new technologies and all the new happening. So these are the things right now we are working on it. Year on year, if we see for the growth part, year on year we have always grown by 3x in the revenue terms. User base terms, were from 2017 to currently, like we have crossed 1 crore of user base. Uh, and yes, so like this is a growth what we have achieved yet. And we are positioning ourselves as a tech gaming company or tech sports company, so that with the introduction of new technologies, we will be catering to much larger audiences. And the customer experience, to improve our customer experience is the main thing what we are still working on it.
Wonderful to hear what you have in plan for PlayerSpot overall, Mitesh. So, as a last question, right from my side, what should the new generation look out for while they become an entrepreneur? Like, what are the things that you would like to tell them that they have to keep in mind?
For the new entrepreneurs, always like do not fall back, even if like the downside is with on you're facing the downside. Keep the belief in your product. So like it starts with, again, find out a good product which is a market fit, like the target audiences, so that like you will be able to market yourself properly. Find out innovative ways to market it, rather than just spending money. Find out a efficient way, and always keep a check on the return on investment. Like if you're spending 1 rupee on the marketing, like check that how soon you will be getting it back. Don't burn the money like crazy and just go it out in the initial scale stages, until unless you are very sure that yes, this product will work. Don't burn money. Like if you're even if you want to burn money, like just keep a check like how soon you will be getting it back. So monetization of the product, you need to be like aware of it. Like yes, okay, like I'll be sending 10 rupees today for XYZ activities. I'll be receiving it back in a month, in a 6 months time, in a year's time, whatever it is. So a new entrepreneur should always be have these things in place, so that like you don't run out of your cash, you don't run out of your finances, and the things are in place, and you with the peace of mind you can work onto your product. Yeah, that's a thing. Like a very from financial perspective, like everyone is like struggling for in the initial days for funding, or even if you get the funding, like do it in a proper way. Channelize all your funds in an effective manner. Find out new ways of marketing yourself. At PlayerSpot, I would say like what worked us for us was a referral and earn. Since like as I mentioned, like we were not financially backed up with any fundraise, or with or from the family itself. So what it worked, we got out a good refer and earn scheme, which helped for from 2007 to 2019. we were only growing on this scheme without spending anything on the marketing, other marketing avenues. From 2019 onwards, like we positioned ourselves in a good place, and then we started marketing. But still, like our plans in all our marketing activities or any activities, the main question always comes up like, okay, we are spending XYZ amount right now. What is the return? And how soon are we getting the returns? So if you go with this mindset, you'll never face a huge amount of loss anytime in your life. There is always a calculated risk which needs to be taken. Yeah, that's it from my side. Like
Makes
for
a lot of sense, Mitesh. So this is another question, right? Like I just wanted to know what are the regulations, given that it is fantasy gaming and it involves the money part of it. What are some of the regulations that you have to keep in mind now for anybody who wants to come in your path of in your sector? What do you think they should keep in mind as guidelines, or what are the things that they should be aware of before they jump into this sector, right? Like what are the things that you would suggest that they do?
first and most is a fair play. Like uh, you should be transparent with your users. Like there is no scam being happening. You need to gain trust of the users. That's a very important thing. And just don't make it feel, but you should be actually very responsible on that part. Like it's only a user is playing against an user. There is no like third party involved in it. User is playing against user. His money, what, even if he is depositing rupees 1 on your platform, you are responsible for that 1 rupee. So make them feel like, yes, like if you are depositing to us, your money is safe with us, and we would be returning it back to you whenever you make a withdraw request. So that's a one important thing. Responsibility is a second, and fair play. Like be it fair, make it fair for all the users. For certain sect of, you don't make it like a twisted things for certain sect of users and that a twisted thing for other users. It should be fair for all level of users. Like if a user is playing for the first time or the user is playing for the 100th time, gamification levels can be increased, but there should not be like uh, twist and turns for those users. So the yeah, so and regulations wise, like you need to like whatever, since the money is not yours, it should always be kept separate in a particular bank account or an escrow account, so that like if you even like the company is not doing good, so the people are aware that they would be getting their money back. So this is an important thing. Like don't keep those money with yourself. Always open a escrow account or a separate account and keep those money parked over there. And since like it's not a earning for you, like whenever user will play on that, you will charge a platform fee. That's an earning for a company. User depositing 100 rupees is not a earning for the company. It's just a you're just a custodian for that amount. And like user will play, two users will play, a certain amount will get to the commission as a platform fee, as a commission to the company, and other needs to be again passed on to the customer for a winning amount. So that needs to be take care. Be clear with all the accounts and taxation purpose from day one. Like if you ignore those things from start, uh, at some point of time it will get back to you. So from day one, keep your books very clear. For tax part, like do not invade, do not try to find invasions. Whatever the tax amount is, please file it on time. So this will keep you much clearer and like keep yourself free from all the legal troubles or the taxation troubles in the future if it comes to you.
That makes a lot of sense, Mitesh. So I think we don't have any questions because we were just talking about entrepreneurship, nothing very technical here. If anybody has any questions for us right now, you can just drop it here. Any other thoughts around entrepreneurship that you would like to close our session with, Mitesh? Just a few liners if it helps.
Sure. So like if you have entrepreneurial skill, just go with it. Find a certain way, like when where like your family is not suffered for it, uh, make sure that like your family is not suffered for it. But uh, like like I'll give my example. Like for like almost like 4 years I was not earning, but I did. But if, when I was earning, I was saving myself that my family is not suffering. So but just give it a try once in your life, so that you don't regret in your life that you have not tried at least.
Makes sense, Mitesh. We have come to the end of our conversation. We don't see any questions from our audience. Thank you so much, Mitesh, for being a part of this. And
Thank
we
you so
truly appreciate that you are one of our merchants and you have only have had a nice experience with us. We hope to continue being your partner.
yes.
And to our audience as well, thank you so much for being a part of this. We do many more sessions like this where we bring in subject matter experts like Mitesh here, talk about entrepreneurship, talk about daily stuff that happens in your journey as an entrepreneur. So please come join us for our other sessions as well. And yes, thank you so much. Hope you all have a good weekend. Thank you once again, Mitesh. See you
Thank
soon.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone. Thank you so much.